Hey, what's going on, y'all? I want to start off by saying, if you with us, you like us. Okay? So, I realize that not like us is not about division. It's about culture, and it's about, do you support the culture or do you not support the culture? Or do you hide and you support the culture on one end, but then you have double standards on one end when you get around other people? Okay? And so, also, I want to say, it's over for Drake. It's over for Drake. And I don't mean over in the sense of he's gonna just be completely shut down, because he's a talent that we can't deny. Like Kendrick said, I like Drake with the melodies. You know, when it comes to acting, he's a good actor. He's a good song maker. He's a good entertainer. But Kendrick opened our eyes, which we already knew. We already knew that in reality, what is done in the dark will come to the light. So people remember that. Whatever comes to the dark, whatever's done in the dark will come to light. You're out of there. You're out of there. Get him out of there. Come correct next time. And what it comes down to is that Drake's gonna have to come to the realization is that either you support the culture or you not, or you don't. Your daddy's a black man, you're a black man deep down inside, but you were raised a different type of way. But that doesn't mean that you can't come back around. Come home. Come home. You made a lot of money. You stayed on top you stayed on top. The powers that be let you stay on top like that. And you push certain agendas. But the reality of it is that people start taking notice, man. When certain people of certain status didn't have the credibility as Kendrick Lamar, and being from out here in California, and stuff like that, it's real. And Kendrick had more to lose. You know what I mean? Meaning he had the culture behind him, and he had organizations out here. It gets really tricky, and it gets really political here in California and across the areas and in other places also. But we're talking about here in California. Okay. I'm in the Bay Area, so I know how the culture of LA is, just like they know how the culture of the Bay Area is. We're distant brothers and cousins. It is what it is. The Bay Area is the heart of California, and LA is the face. Okay. And so we come together. It's like the brains and the heart come together, same body. Okay, they're the head, and it's just, when you think of California, everybody thinks of LA. You know what I mean? The forefront. They're on the front lines. You know what I mean? But people know now what's going on or whatnot. But back to the culture. You're out of there. You're out of there. And I don't mean as far as just Drake is completely shut down, but when it comes to the real deal and what you're talking about, and a lot of people, it comes down to character, man, and morals also. And nobody's perfect, okay? Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect in this world. Only one that's perfect is Jesus. That's the only one that's perfect, okay? And so when it comes down to it, is that what's done in the dark will come to light. And when you are hypersexualizing women and pushing certain agendas, and you think you're above it because money, no. That's why we have the culture. That's why we have the internet, and it's powerful right now. And we're realizing what type of power we have. And so you're not exempt now with money. Even with money, you're not exempt. Are you coming correct? That's the turning point. That's the Kairos moment we're at right now. Are you coming correct? And I'm loving this moment because, being a fan of hip hop, but not only a fan of hip hop, being a producer of hip hop myself, And music, myself, just loving music, loving R&B, pop, rap, hip hop, dance hall, all type of music, but it comes down to standards and morals also. And it's a lot of buffoonery that's been going on. And now it's time to it's time to start to clean it up. And the ones that's not coming right, you're out of there. Get them out of there. That's the umpire. We got to have our umpires now. You know what I mean? And so 3 strikes are out. Y'all ever heard of that? 3 strikes, the California, man, a lot of people, they got struck out. And a lot of good people got struck out. Being in bad situations around not the people keeping it solid, and they didn't keep it solid back. Kept it loyal. They didn't keep it loyal back. It's like, okay, Drake, I believe French Montana, and people brought up a good point of Drake having a code of not messing with each other's women. Man, when you do, and then turn around and be a snake and fly couples out and married couples out, and then turn around and sleep with a man's wife. That's not right. That's snakish, man. That's scoundrelness. That's being a scoundrel. And so, man, it comes down to morals and standards at the end of the day. And you got to think about it. How did the mob move? When you got down with, loyalty, man. Romans 8:31. If God is for us, who could be against us? Okay. So the point I'm making before I get off, veer off, is that the mob had a code. Nobody messes with each other's women, because what it does is that it causes confusion, it causes division, and it breaks down the whole. It breaks down the center, because now you're focusing on certain things, and there's jealousies, and there's certain things that you just don't do. You don't mess with, if you with somebody, if you got a buddy and that's your boy, that's your homie, and even if you have a falling out, whatever, and it ain't that serious, or you do or you don't have a falling out, you don't still go around and mess with the baby mama or the woman or the wife, or his type of his people like that, man. That's just something that you do not do. Okay, that's something you don't do, y'all. So, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. And so, when you start doing things like that, guess what? The power of the universe is tremendous, man. It's big. What you put out there comes back. I used to have music. I used to be so a perfectionist, where years ago I had albums upon albums and end up losing it. And then I end up recovering it, which I just got back with one of my producers. But I'm at the point where I'm glad I didn't put that out, because how I was living, truth be told, wasn't the best. And I really stood on that, which is now I stand as a man. I stand on business as a man. You know what I mean? You graduate. I'm a goon. You graduate. I'm a goon. I'm a thug and all that. Man, thug, goon, thug, capo, captain, underboss, done. You move up. You don't stay in the same place. And I'm just speaking figuratively, but in general. But you move up. You don't stay in the same place. And that's what it really comes down to. And I have music, like I said before, and man, it that energy I put out there, I'd probably be dead right now, because I stood on that. I stood on that. I was living that. So nobody could tell me nothing. Lived it to the fullest. So I don't have to sit up here and boast about this and act tough and all that, because if you tough, you know what I mean? With God also, you know what it is. You look at them, go back to David and go back to those ones that was really out here slicing things literally up. So, but as far as that goes, man, we just have to be careful what seeds we sow out here, and what soil we're sowing into, because either you're gonna grow some good fruit or you're gonna grow some bad fruit, and Thank God, through the grace of God, now I'm producing good fruit, because before, little did I know I was producing bad fruit. So I had to cut off them. I had to cut them branches that wasn't producing fruit and get pruned. So now I'm finally starting to flourish like I'm supposed to, like it's planned. So people, just keep your spirits good out there. God, keep your spirits good, because the enemy's always trying to attack, and sometimes they don't even know what they're doing. That's the thing. And we needed this. We needed this. Nobody's perfect. Kendrick Lamar ain't perfect. Drake ain't. We ain't perfect, but nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? No one. But we needed to see somebody standing on something, standing on real business. Not shaky ground. Nobody's perfect in the back of in their lives, and everybody's done something and been places they don't want to be. You know what I mean? But it comes down to having standards and knowing where you're at, so you know where you're gonna be. And so you guys, share me your thoughts, and like and subscribe, and put some comments down there, and let me know, and let's interact, man. Let's let me know what's going on. Is it over for Drake, or can he come back if he gets himself right and gets himself in order? You know what I mean? Like we all have to do one point in time or another to go forward. Because just because you got money, that don't mean you're going forward. Money can be your self-destruction. That's like a dope fiend winning the lottery. And it is what it is. What they gonna do? They gonna use that up. So, anyways, holla. All right, y'all. To the next one.